Hello, gentlemen. I want to start by congratulating 100 men of Cowichan Valley for the work you do. As a founding member of this organization, I'm truly proud. 3 months ago, I introduced you to the Cowichan Family Caregivers Support Society and should probably expand on how I was attracted to this society. In 1981, my wife was diagnosed with a form of cancer, which we knew at the outset was terminal. Although she survived for 22 months, the last 6 months found her completely housebound and subsequently bedridden. As a nurse, she was determined not to be hospitalized or institutionalized in any way. The caregiving duties pretty much fell on my lap, as well as being a parent of 3 teenage children. I was also the general manager of a company that employed 100 people in manufacturing, and we had sales offices in all the major cities from coast to coast. I have no idea how I coped with at that time, but needless to say, it was stressful. Fast forward to a year ago when I was introduced to the Cowichan Family Caregivers Support Society by gerontologist Dr. Sheila Rogers. I became vividly aware this was the support I needed back in 1981 through to 1983. The Cowichan Family Caregiver Support Society is a unique organization that has been providing free support services to our local community for over 20 years. 1 in 16 people in BC are caregivers to loved ones. This is an immensely difficult role, and caregivers are often forced to give up their own activities and even jobs to care for their loved ones. Many caregivers face economic challenges and health issues of their own, and yet without them, healthcare costs would become unmanageable. In fact, supporting caregivers is an essential element in our current system of healthcare delivery. It is estimated that 80% of elder care is provided in-home by family and friends. In reality, our current healthcare system would collapse if all people receiving care in their own homes were suddenly moved to hospitals. Cowichan Caregivers is dedicated to supporting anyone in our local community who's providing care for a loved one. Their services are 100% free to all caregivers in the Cowichan Valley. They work to support caregivers emotionally, providing one-on-one support and caregiver support groups. They work to relieve caregiver stress, assist them in finding accessory resources, and support them in making plans for the future. Every year, the Cowichan caregivers support hundreds of caregivers. Since the Christmas holidays alone, Cowichan Caregivers has received 32 new referrals for caregivers in our valley who need more support. The pandemic has put immense pressure on caregivers. Everyone remains isolated, and assistance from friends, neighbors, and family members has stopped completely in many cases. They need support more than ever, and this is the sole mission of this charity. With only a small staff, there's currently a 3-week wait list as the caregiver leads scramble to keep up with demand. Needless to say, additional resources require additional funding. It is this problem that can be solved to a great extent by your donation. The next statement that I'm going to make, we've all heard every time we get on an airplane. Put your mask on first. Caregivers, myself included, overlook this command because they're engrossed in the need for someone else, thereby putting themselves in harm's way. To remove them from this risk is the mission of the Cowichan Valley Family Caregivers Support Society. So we urge you to accept this opportunity to serve the people of Cowichan Valley by voting for the Cowichan Family Caregivers Support Society. Thank you for for listening to me.